3, 2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it's KingNido here, and we're in Hearthome City today, where the Ghost-type Hearthome Haunts are hosting the Sir Chester Frost, the Ice-type team. And they're going to start out with Warren and Lapras, whereas for the Hearthome Haunts, they're going to start out with Dusknoir and Decidueye, and the Hearthome Haunts are now third on the ladder. They definitely want this victory because they want that first position place, as Decidueye sets up for the stored power and goes for Lapras with that move. It does very little damage, however, as Warren responds with a Quiver Dance for its side, looking to boost its own stats here, getting that special attack and special defense boost, as well as the speed. I doubt it'll be quicker than Decidueye, however, as an ally switch is performed by Lapras, so both Warren and Lapras will switch places. But Dusknoir goes with a Bolt Strike. This is going to be a super effective hit onto Warren. Lapras just put Warren in the path of that super effective move, as Warren now goes with the Sparkling Aria. This is going to hit every Pokemon on the field, including Lapras. It's not going to be very effective, however, on Lapras. Wasn't very effective on Decidueye, but did much better. But Decidueye now going with the Lunar Dance. It's going to take itself out of this matchup already. I doubt that's going to be very good. We have not seen it benefit a side in the PokeType League yet, as Lapras sets up for the rollout. This move will get stronger if it hits over consecutive turns. Dusknoir, though, goes with the Liquidation onto Warren and almost gets the elimination with that not very effective move. It was a critical hit, but not enough to get the job done, as Dragapult comes out for the Haunts and immediately gives a present to Lapras, which Lapras clearly would not have liked. And Warren welcoming Dragapult with a Bone Rush, but that Cursed Body ability is going to prevent Warren from going for further attacks. It's going to cause it to struggle in the incoming turns. But multi-hit move gets 3 hits on Dragapult, as Lapras continues to go with the rollout onto Dusknoir, getting stronger every turn. And Dusknoir goes for the Zap Cannon, but Warren avoids it as Dragapult follows it up with a Play Rough. But you gotta think that would have gotten the elimination. And Lapras hangs on from the Play Rough, but does have its attack stat lowered. And Warren goes with the struggle now onto Dragapult, getting that hit, but the recoil damage takes Warren out of this battle. So Sir Chester Frost and the Hearthome Haunts have both lost a Pokemon each, as Dusknoir avoids the third rollout and sets up for an Iron Defense here. So it is going to boost its defense stats greatly, as we have Glaceon, the evolution, coming out for the Frost, and Dragapult immediately goes with the Minimize, try and boost its evasiveness here, make it harder for the Frost to hit it. It's already quick, so now it's evasive as well, and spikes are laid out on the field on the side of the Hearthome Haunts by Glaceon. And Lapras goes with a Crunch, still connecting with Dragapult. Super effective move. Dragapult's still in this matchup. And Dusknoir fails to set up a substitute because it doesn't have enough strength left. But a Drill Peck from Dragapult will get the elimination, finishing off Lapras. Glaceon goes for the Low Sweep, but doesn't affect the Ghost types. And Dusknoir goes with the U-turn, so it's going to go back to the bench after hitting Glaceon with that move. So Dusknoir still in the matchup as Drifblim comes out, the Ghost Flying type, and Mamoswine coming out for the Sir Chester Frost. Dragapult goes with the coaching, trying to help out Drifblim in this matchup, giving it a nice stat boost in its attacks and defense there. And Drifblim, though, as a thank you, goes with the final Gambit. It gets the elimination on Glaceon, but Drifblim has taken itself out of this matchup as well. Glaceon, though, is taking down Drifblim in this battle for a very short time. It was effective, but will it be effective enough? As a power swap by Mamoswine will switch all the changes to the attack and special attack with Dragapult, as Dusknoir comes back out onto the field, and Darmanitan comes onto the field in its Galarian form. Dusknoir does take damage from the spikes that were laid out earlier by Glaceon, as a Bubble Beam from Dragapult goes for Darmanitan. Darmanitan taking that hit and having its speed lowered, as a Fire Blast is avoided by Dragapult from Mamoswine, and Darmanitan goes with the Sludge Wave, and Dragapult's also going to avoid this move, but it will... It actually doesn't. I was expecting it to get the elimination on Dusknoir, but he hangs on. Darmanitan taking the Gust there, and Dragapult going with the Power Swap with Mamoswine. These two Pokemon continuing to go with the Power Swap over each other. Dragon Rush is avoided by Dusknoir from Mamoswine, and Darmanitan, though, goes to the Magic Powder onto Darmanitan. So, onto Dusknoir, who uses a Roost. It's had its type change to Psychic, but that Roost is very crucial to hold Dusknoir in this matchup. It was an easy target. Dragapult goes with the Prismatic Laser, goes for Darmanitan and gets the elimination. Darmanitan is taken out with that Prismatic Laser. A very good hit there by Dragapult as Mamoswine sets up for the Skull Bash. It definitely wants to go for Dusknoir and try and get that elimination, but Mamoswine has its defense boosted first. Magnet Rise now being performed by Dusknoir, who, remember, is now a Psychic-type Pokemon. Vanillux comes out for the Surchaster Frost as their last Pokemon and immediately sets up a Snow Warning, causing it to start Hail. Dragapult having to recharge. Mamoswine does go for the Skull Bash onto Dusknoir, and Dusknoir is taken out. Dusknoir being eliminated. Very crucial time for the Surchaster Frost. They've only got 2 Pokemon remaining, and that Rock Tomb eliminates Dragapult. So now there's only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Hard-Home Haunts, but that Cursed Body is going to prevent Vanillux from attacking. A Spiritomb and Poltergeist come out for the Hard-Home Haunts, and they are immediately hit with those spikes that have been laid out on the field. It is a 2 versus 2 battle. The Dream Eater is going to fail. It won't affect Poltergeist, and Vanillux is going to have to start struggling. Hits Poltergeist first and is damaged by that recoil. Poltergeist goes with the bind onto Mamoswine, so it will be taking damage in between turns as it gets squeezed there by Poltergeist, and Spiritomb follows it up with a Body Slam onto Vanillux. A decent hit there as Poltergeist and Spiritomb do get hit by that hail, but also Mamoswine taking damage from that bind. So 3 Pokemon on the field being chipped away at the moment as Mamoswine goes with the Autotomize. This is going to give it a nice speed boost. It's already the quickest on the field though, so it may not need that, even if it does make it more nimble. But Vanillux continuing to struggle on the field here, continuing to go for Poltergeist, but it is an easy target due to all that recoil damage now, as Poltergeist sets up a grassy terrain, so the hail will be falling over this terrain. The terrain is going to restore some health for everybody who's taken damage in between turns. But Spiritomb first goes with the Fury Cutter onto Vanillux, and Vanillux hangs on. Poltergeist taking damage from that hail, as does Spiritomb, but Vanillux hanging on here by a thread. Mamoswine also having its health restored, and so does Vanillux. Not that Vanillux has much health, so it will remain an easy target on the field. Everybody getting just a little bit back here. This is going to draw out this match just a little bit longer, as that bind does hit Mamoswine, who fails with the Recycle, and Vanillux goes with that struggle. You have to think this will be its last one. Doesn't get the elimination on Poltergeist, but sadly eliminates itself with the recoil damage. Poltergeist now going with the Shadow Punch onto Mamoswine, and it's going to be followed up with a No Retreat being performed by Spiritomb. Spiritomb is going to boost all of its stats with this move. This could be very crucial at this time in the matchup, as we are clearly in the last stages of it, as Poltergeist does get eliminated by that hail. So it is now Spiritomb versus Mamoswine. That is all that's remaining. Spiritomb taking damage from that hail. Mamoswine getting a little bit of health restored as the Spiritomb from the grassy terrain. And that bind has clearly ended on Mamoswine, who goes with the Minimize. So it's going to boost its evasiveness. It could be really good to keep it in this matchup, but Spiritomb is going to go with the Rest, so it's going to restore its health back to full strength, but also put itself to sleep. This is Mamoswine's opportunity. It needs to capitalize on this, get some big hits in, and eliminate the Ghost Dark type, as it looks like that grassy terrain is going to help Mamoswine restore a little bit more health, but surely it must be coming to an end soon, as Mamoswine goes with the Confuse Ray. So Spiritomb is now asleep, and it may not even know it yet, but it is also confused. This could really hinder the Haunt's chance of winning here, but it could help the Surchaster Frost getting to the Masters 8. They're currently sitting 11th. As Mamoswine goes with the Purify, and this is actually going to wake up Spiritomb. It is going to restore Mamoswine's health, and it gets back to almost full strength. It looks like it may actually be there, but Spiritomb shakes off that confusion, goes for the Facade, but Mamoswine avoids the attack, and that grassy terrain has cleared up on the battlefield. Mamoswine's going to go with the Rock Blast, a multi-hit move on Spiritomb. It's got 2. It's got 3. It really wants to get all 5, but it only gets 3 of the hits. Spiritomb is still confused. It needs to shake it off, and it does, and goes with the Shore Up, so it's going to restore its health again. Both Mamoswine and Spiritomb seem to be stalling this match just a little bit, as Mamoswine flings its Leper Berry at Spiritomb here. Spiritomb is going to chow down on that Leper Berry, restore a bit of its PP to its attacks here, and snaps out of the confusion and goes to the ally switch, but it does fail. There's no more allies left, as Mamoswine going with the Leafage would have been better to capitalize on the grassy terrain with a move like that. Mamoswine does avoid the Poison Sting, and Arm Thrust doesn't affect Spiritomb, they keep missing each other now as Mamoswine goes with the wing attack. Finally, an attack lands. Spiritomb goes with the defog. This should lower Mamoswine's accuracy. Sorry, its evasiveness, as the spikes also disappear from the field, but they had no impact in this matchup anymore as Mamoswine goes with the Play Nice. So let's see if Spiritomb will actually do that. It does have its attack stat lowered, but immediately goes with the Darkest Lariat. It will get the stab boost on that move. Mamoswine, though, has no moves left, and it threw away its Leper Berry. So it's going to be struggling for the rest of this matchup. It needs to get the elimination on Spiritomb before its recoil damage takes it out. The Powder Snow is avoided by Mamoswine, but it continues to struggle, and it's only going to have one more left in it. That Draining Kiss is avoided, but Mamoswine going what will surely be its last struggle, and it does not get the elimination on Spiritomb. It flung its Leper Berry earlier on, and that has actually cost the Sirchester Frost the matchup. Spiritomb was able to hang on, so the Hardhome Haunts will stay in third place, but depending on how the Olivine Hall versus Boundly Angels go, they could move up the leaderboard, whereas the Sirchester Frost do also stay in 11th. And in their next matchups, they'll be facing the New Mortal Devils against the Frost, and the Pharaoh Mines will face the Haunts, but next game will be the Cinnabar Flare facing the Pony Canyon Fissure. I look forward to seeing that matchup. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, you really are, and I will see you when you see me.